Good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen. Hello! And we are on a Tuesday, July the 21st, and we are still reading with the Steampunk Tarot deck by Barbara Moore and Allie Fell, and I think they're an absolute beautiful deck. And if you have any interest in seeing all the other cards that we've pulled, please check out the link at the end of this that leads you to the playlist about all the fun tarot readings that we've done with this deck. And as always, check out the links in the description below for my website on lessons and the Tarot Cafe and all the other crazy stuff that I do. All right, without further ado, let's see what we got today. Haha, all right. We've been drawing a lot of major arcana, I feel like, this month. This is the Hierophant. The Hierophant, in some older decks, may also be known as the Pope or the Pontiff. He's had a couple of names, and he is number 5 in the major arcana. The Hierophant represents spirituality in the sense of an actual religion or understanding of a a system rather than just spirituality in the sense of like a connection to the divine. He's kind of how you connect to the divine, the systems that are in place, which on this one I'm seeing there's books stacked up. Usually he's between like two pillars, but in this case the pillars seem to be represented by the tree on this side and the books on this side. I really like that the two people sitting in front of him are children in this case instead of monks. And he kind of has a more teacher appearance, which I'm going to talk about the little fruit there. It looks like an apple that is in his hand as well. Yes, it's an apple. It's very small. It's hard for me to see. Okay, so the the representation of the books on this side to me is kind of talking about that intellectual, the spiritual teachings, all the things we've written down as we understand the world and nature and our connection to the divine and all of those kinds of things as they are written, rather than like kind of our gut feeling about things. This is how the structures are represented. When I look at this card, typically I kind of see it as a bit dogmatic just because you can get stuck in the systems and not really listen to your core beliefs and where it's coming from. What I like about this one is with the tree kind of as the other pillar, I feel like it reaches into kind of that more natural, the nature of things, our roots in a very real sense, and our connection to the divine as it is displayed in everyday stuff, like the clouds in the sky and the trees and the flowers and the birds and the bees and all those kinds of things. So I like that our pontiff, our Hierophant, is really kind of connecting the divine in two different ways in this one. So again, to some degree, I like this card better than the traditional, which is kind of interesting. I love that he's holding the apple because we all know, at least if you grew up in the Western world, you know the story of Adam and Eve and how they took the apple, the fruit of knowledge, and God kind of said, no, you shouldn't be doing that. What's interesting though is that he seems to be kind of offering it to his students. And in this case they do definitely look like students. Like he's this grandfatherly teacher who's telling stories and telling about, generations past and all those kinds of things. And these two children are sitting listening attentively and learning all these things. So the apple is a really cool symbol too because of it represents, if you anybody ever cut an apple like the long way and you get like the little star inside it with the seeds, which again represents our connection to the divine and man's connection to the elements. So I love that it's an apple. I don't think that it's just as simple as being, they gave an apple to the teacher. I feel like it's probably the deeper meanings of, the tree of knowledge and all of those kinds of things. And we talk about the apple when it comes to like Newton and all of those. Apples come up a lot when it comes to knowledge and the exchange of ideas. So I love that he's got an apple in his hand and that he's sort of offering it a little bit to them. It doesn't look like, oh, this is my apple, you gave it to me. It's here, I'm showing you this apple, I'm offering this to you. So I really like that that is on there. He seems to be a rather jovial fellow, which is nicer than some of the Hierophants I've seen who have a bit more of a stern appearance, which again doesn't make me want to learn from this person. But when the Hierophant card comes up, it really is about kind of studying your philosophies, whatever they may be, or reaching out and learning about other people's philosophies and ideas and things like that. It is a card of study. It is also a card of religion. So if it comes up with certain other cards in the deck or in the reading and it's like, "Oh, well it has to do with this." It may have to do with a religious ceremony of some kind. So, you've got your marriages and your christenings and, all these coming of age ceremonies and things of that nature. If it leans into that, it can have to do with the actual rituals of religion, other than just the study of them. But what I really love about this card is that it asks the person reading it to look at the systems in place and kind of question them and go, how well does this system that I'm following really resonate with who I am and what I think? Because if it's something that doesn't jive with the way I feel about things, why am I still following this? And I'm not saying you should turn around and like ditch whatever religion you have, but assess it and look at it and see, are you being kind of hypocritical and doing things that are against that religion? Or maybe is that religion doing something that you feel is hypocritical against its traditional teachings or its original teachings? So, as much as it is a card of connection to the divine, it's about connection and understanding the systems in place. So, that's the Hierophant, and that is the fifth card in the Major Arcana. If you have any other suggestions or ways to read the Hierophant, please leave a comment below. I love reading those things. I love knowing what you guys are doing with your cards. And if you are interested in having a reading, check out the link in the description below. Make an appointment. I'm still open for appointments in August. So July is kind of closing. So in August, I will have more time for readings. And I hope that you all will check out the Tarot Cafe as well as some of the other cards that we've read through this. And if you're interested, I have obviously books and things like that and other crazy stuff that I do. Please check out my other videos as well as the other things that I have out there in the world. And keep learning, keep studying, and keep questioning everything. All right, bye!